are we?
Good, Father.
Isn't it good to be in out of the cold?
Yes, Father.
So, end of week 1. My guess is that some of you might be feeling a little bit tired today. Give me a nod of the head if anybody's feeling a little bit tired today. A few heads are nodding around the room. My guess is some people are really excited, really full of fun, really energized, really committed, just wants the training program to pick up a little bit. Is that true for anyone?
Yes.
But hey, and my guess is there's lots of excitement in the church this morning. My guess is there might be a little bit of nervousness, there might be a little bit of tiredness, and also there might be a little bit of excitement and joy and fun, and that is completely all okay. Whatever is true for you, however you are feeling today, it is perfectly natural, perfectly normal. Friends, my name is Padre Caldwell. I'm a member of the chaplaincy team here in ITC. Absolutely delighted to welcome you here to this Garrison Memorial Church for our introduction to chaplaincy. The church is an interesting place because here on these walls, if you look around, you will see various memorials. You will see some books of remembrance. You will see some stained glass that is dedicated to remember and honour those who have gone before us in the business of war for the purposes of peace. This church is a house of prayer, a place of memorial, and a place of peace. So whenever you come into a church, know that it is a peaceful place, a place where everyone finds a welcome, a place where everyone is affirmed, regardless of their faith, their tradition, or their religion. Everyone finds a welcome, because that is very much about the spirit of chaplaincy. This morning, I'd like us to do a number of things, really to introduce the concept of chaplaincy, of who we are and how we support you. We're first going to do that by how you identify a padre. Then we're going to talk about what we do here in ITC in terms of delivering moral, spiritual and pastoral care. Thereafterwards, we're going to have an example of a kind of like a field service, which is kind of like a type of worship act. It's just to give you a flavour of what that might be like. And you're free to engage with that or not to engage with that as you see fit. Does that make sense, folks?
Yes, Father.
So, first of all, how do you identify a padre? Has anybody any ideas how you might identify a padre? Yes, Buds? Absolutely. Do we all see the purple around the right slide? Say sing. See. What else? Anybody any ideas? Yes, Bud?
Flash on the shoulder.
Absolutely, the flash on the shoulder. Black, purple, black. Say sing when sing.
Sing.
Anyone else? Any ideas? Yes, at the back?
The black, purple, black, silver.
Absolutely. The black, purple, black. Say sing when sing.
Sing.
What else, folks? Any ideas? Yes, Bud?
Crosses on the collar.
Absolutely. The crosses on the collar. Say sing when sing.
Sing.
Any other? One more. One more. Any ideas? Yes, right at the very back? Absolutely. It says Padre here on my chest. Say sing when sing.
Sing.
Really interesting that the role of the Padre. So just like any other officer, we hold the King's Commission. But in many ways, we are very different from them. A Padre is not there to give you orders. We are not there to tell you what to do. We are there to have a very different role. The Padre is there to care for you, to listen to you, to support you. Regardless of what happens in your life, if you do well, if you struggle, perhaps if you even do something bad, the Padre sits outside of the chain of command, and that enables us to listen to you, to guide you, to support you, and to affirm you. Maybe you think to yourself, do you know what? Life is tough, and I've got a situation, and I'm not quite sure how to handle it. You can go to the Padre and we can listen to you. We can get everything out on the table. We can talk about it. And we can find out a way forward. We are the person on this training journey who will never shout at you, will never tell you what to do. We want what's best for you. We want you to thrive, we want you to grow, and we want you to succeed. And the reason why we like to be called Padre rather than Sir is precisely because we set out of that chain of command. We are not Sir or Ma'am in the sense of your officers. We want to be called Padre because we are there to have that fatherly role, coming from the Latin father, to care, to support, to guide. Does that make sense, folks?
Yes, Father.
So whenever you see us walking around camp, when you see the collar crosses, when you see the TRF, when you see the stable belt, when you see the rank slide, please do brace up or salute. We do hold the King's Commission. So that's the way you would address them. And then you would say, "Good morning."
Father.
Fantastic. We have an attentive intake, which is great. So whenever you see us, know that we are there. We are that happy face, that person who will bring joy. We will visit you in the lines. We will visit you on exercise. Whenever you go to your units, there will be a Padre that is there. Whenever you deploy overseas, there will be a Padre who is there to listen to you, to support you. So even if you think, do you know what, my life is in an absolute mess. Now you've joined the British Army, there's always someone who is there to guide you, to support you, and to help you. And that person is?
Father.
Absolutely. We want you to thrive. We want you to succeed. And it doesn't matter what your background, your faith, or your religion is. We are there to care for you regardless of that. Great. So, how do you contact a Padre? Can I ask, do you all have your chaplaincy contact cards? Did you all get them earlier in the week?
Yes, Father.
So if you ever want to talk to a Padre, please do feel free to give us a ring, to send us a message. Please do not use WhatsApp because our duty phones are not very good around camp with the internet signal. Please send us a direct text message with your army number, with your name, and what platoon you are in. Why is that, folks? Because very often we get a message saying, "I am Private Smith, can I meet you?" Well, there's dozens of Private Smiths in ITC, absolutely dozens. So we need your army number, your name, and what platoon you are in. And that enables us to make contact with you, to make that request to see you. So if you're in 1ITB, you'll go to this particular building, which is called the Hardy Centre. Does anybody know where this building is on camp? Have you all seen it? So, if you go in Vimy Barracks, you go through the gate, you take the first road on the right, it will lead you to the Army School of Ceremonial, to the drill square. Have you ever been to the drill square yet, folks?
No.
Oh, you have a treat in store when you go to the drill square. The Army School of Ceremonial Drill Square. Our building, the chaplaincy building, is just beside the Army School of Ceremonial Drill Square. So you go in through Vimy Barracks, you go through the barrier, you take the first road on the right, you look for the outdoor classroom, and you'll see this little cottage that's just here. On this cottage is where is called the Hardy Centre, which is where the chaplains live in 1ITB. Let me just put this up here a minute so you can see. Oh, I don't want to mess this out. There we go. You can't get the staff, can you? If it falls, it falls. Great. So that is very much in 1ITB. So for our armoured people, whenever you go to see the Padre, if you have an appointment or a meeting, you go to this place here called the Hardy Centre. Really interesting, folks. The Hardy Centre is open to people across